up guys, Chollette here, and today I'm going to show you how I color grade footage from the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 with just a couple clicks. So two things before we begin. One, I am not a pro colorist at all. I happily invest in plugins or preset packs to make this process a lot quicker and easier for me. Two is camera settings that you need to know before you can get the most out of your footage and color grade it properly. So you need to be shooting in D-Log. To do that, you just swipe from right to left on your Pocket 3. On the top right, it's gonna say Pro. You're gonna make sure you select Pro and that it's highlighted in yellow. And under color, you're just gonna tap it until you see DLOG-M 10-bit. Now, instantly, once you hit 10-bit, you're probably gonna notice that your footage is dull, it's washed out, and your image is probably extremely overexposed. So two things are happening here. One, your camera is shooting in a flat picture profile, which is gonna give you a lot more control and flexibility when you color grade. Log is a whole conversation within itself, but basically think about why coloring books come uncolored, so you can add color in on your own time. That's what you're doing with the footage. You're shooting flat, you're removing color so that you can add in color the way you want to add in color. So why is your footage so overexposed once you are shooting in log? Well, that's because your camera is locked in at f2.0, and that's going to allow a ton of light coming into your sensor, and your image is probably going to be overexposed even if you try to lower your ISO as much as possible. And that's why we have ND filters. And ND filters are basically sunglasses for your camera. You put it over your lens. There's a ton of filters out here that are magnetic and easily fit in your case. You put it right on your lens and it will balance your exposure. All right, so we are in DaVinci Resolve, but you can also do this in Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro as well. So in DaVinci Resolve, I'm gonna open up the color page, and the color page is going to give me all the different LUTs that I've installed, or the ones that come with the program. And here are my phantom LUTs that I've downloaded, and I just hover my mouse over the presets and I'm able to kind of see what it's giving. And I think I actually want to use Utopia, and so I'm just gonna click it, and I mean, already I have something creative and nice to work with. Like, it's that easy. And that's why I love phantom LUTs, because they're just a one-click grade. Once you have your footage shot in log and it's exposed properly, all you do is apply this LUT, and you can honestly stop there if you wanted to. But I'm going to show you the full process of what I do, and I'm going to start over actually. So in Resolve, it works with a node tree system, and I'm going to make 3 nodes. I'm going to hit Option S. I'm going to add 3 nodes, and I'm going to use that same exact LUT on my second node. I'll actually name it so it'll be more helpful. I'll say LUT, and then let's call the first one like balance, and then I'll call the last one film. So for the balance node, there's a lot I can do here, but all I want to do is just kind of like make a simple S-curve and kind of play with my midtones, highlights, and shadows. These settings are not the same for every shot. I just kind of feel it out and kind of give my image a little punch in the way that I like to. Again, the tone curve is very powerful and pretty simple to use once you understand it, but definitely get familiar with it if you have never used it. And I love that. That's such a beautiful shot. That feels so good. This was at this like art aquarium in Japan, and I love this shot so much. Here's before and after, and that looks really freaking good. So that's using phantom LUTs, and honestly, I can just be done right there. If you like that clean look, then you're good. They have a ton of different options, and they all look really nice, but I want to take this a little further, and so I'm going to use the plugin that I mentioned called Dehancer. And Dehancer is a plugin that allows you to get the film look out of any digital camera. It's actually really powerful. I bought it years ago. I use it all the time. Dehancer has seen me use the product and they actually gave me a discount code. So if you're interested, you can use my code and get 10% off and it will directly support the channel. So let's see how Dehancer works. So first I'm just gonna drag Dehancer on my third node. And as you can see, it changed the color because it's pulling from the mini film stocks that come with the program. I'm actually gonna just pull from the phantom LUT colors. So I'm just gonna disable this. So there's really three things that give you that film look besides like color and replicating like film stock color. And that's film grain, of course, bloom, and halation. So I'm actually just gonna add all three of those. So let's just add film. I'm just gonna click and my film is there. I can see my film grain. I can change the amount of it. I can go really intense. I can go subtle. I can choose different options in the profile right here. It might be tough to see with just the compression on YouTube, but it works well and I like it. And then I have halation, and halation is kind of like that, I'm not gonna get too deep into all this, but it's like this glow you get from highlights in actual film stocks. When you're shooting an actual film, and it looks pretty nice, and you can replicate that very easily and amplify it, or you can go less. You can actually see the way it kind of affects your image by playing with the slider. And then you have bloom, and bloom gives you like this soft, dreamy feel. And again, go crazy or don't go crazy on this. You can do whatever you want, but look at that glow right here. That's actually kind of cool with these fish. If you want to do something dreamy, or you're playing with a music video, or if it just fits your vibe, you can do whatever you want to do with these sliders. And there's so much more in this program, but I only use basically those three. All right, now let's color grade our leaf. I'm gonna go to the color tab again. I'm going to select the LUT I want, and I'm going to use Vision. And already that makes such a great result right there. Like, it's so vibrant, feels so rich. I don't even know like what else to do sometimes when I click grades, and it's just a one-click grade. And I think that's why I enjoy using this, because there's so much you can do, obviously, and take this further, but if you find something and you're happy with it, why not just be done and move on? So that's what I'm doing here. Let's see if I want to balance this out a little bit. I already like how punchy it looks, but maybe I'll drop my blacks just a little bit and just give it a little more brightness here. And just kind of play with my curve, just seeing what looks good. I don't always do the same exact thing every single time. It just depends on what shot I'm working with. And for this one, it's actually creating a lot of like grain and distortion on the sides. So it kind of already does have like a grain feel to it, but let's still add Dehancer. We're gonna take off the LUT, the profile that it's giving us. And then again, so I have my film, I can add less, or I can add a lot, or I can add a little. I kind of like to go subtle with my grain. I don't always have the same number that I use, but I'm gonna keep it kind of low. For halation, I'm not gonna use it for this clip, and I'm actually not gonna use bloom. Again, these are the three that I will be using: film, halation, and bloom. But if I'm not feeling it, I'm just not gonna use it. It depends on just the shot and the feeling that I'm going for. As you can see, I'm making quick adjustments, fine-tuning things, but overall, like, I'm only doing a couple clicks here. This is my full process. This is all that I'm doing. And that is how I color grade my footage from the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Definitely let me know what you think. I summarized this whole process. There's so much with the tone curve and color balancing and shooting in log. There's a lot to this. I tried to simplify it the best I could. But if you have any questions or any insight for me, definitely leave those in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.